Hi everybody, David here from Liberty Gate and welcome to our very first landlord update of 2020. Now 2019 saw a huge amount of change in the private rental sector and it doesn't look like it's going to be slowing in 2020. So let's get started with the key updates you need to know right now. So to start off, let's look at the Selective Licensing scheme here in Nottingham. Now it was brought in August 2018, covering over 32,000 homes in Nottingham. Originally, the licence was £780 per property, and if you're an accredited landlord, it was reduced to £480 per property. The key update is that from April 2020, the licence fees will be increasing. For non-accredited landlords, it'll be going up to £890 per property, and for accredited landlords, it'll be up to £670 per property. So for all the information about the selective licensing and whether your property requires it, please visit the Nottingham City Council website where all the details are there, including a search tool to be able to check your property. The main thing to bear in mind is if you're looking to rent your property for the first time, is to get your application in for a licence before April 2020 to enable you to get the reduced licence fee. So the next update to be aware of is regarding Energy Performance Certificates, EPCs. Now from the 1st of April 2020, only properties with a rating of E or better will be able to be let. So if your property is an F or a G rating, it will no longer be legal for you to let the property. So the next thing we need to look at is the extension of the Homes Fitness for Human Habitation Act. The original legislation came in on the 1st of March 2019, which basically meant any landlord or agent acting on their behalf could now be sued by a tenant if they had any health and safety issues in their property. The original legislation applied to any new tenancies, but from the 1st of March 2020, this will now apply to all existing tenancies. So the next thing to look at is the extension of the Tenant Fee Act. Now this originally came into effect on the 1st of June 2019 and took immediate effect on all new tenancies. But from the 1st of June 2020, this will now apply to all existing tenancies as well. So the next thing to be aware of is the repeal of Section 21. This was discussed at the end of 2019 and was confirmed in the Queen's speech that the government were going to proceed with it. At the moment, there is still no detail on this. The main thing is the government need to confirm what safeguards there are for landlords should they need to get their property back for sale or at the end of a tenancy. In January of this year came the anticipated announcement that electrical safety inspections were to be introduced in all properties. Now up until this point it mainly applied to HMOs who had to legally have electrical safety certificates that would last 5 years. If Parliament do go ahead and introduce this, it'll come into force from the 1st of April 2020. It'll then apply to new tenancies from the 1st of July 2020 and for existing tenancies from the 1st of April 2021. The next critical change that landlords really need to focus on is the changes to capital gains tax and lettings relief. Now, landlords and their income have been targeted quite stringently by the government recently. In particular, there is a big change when you come to sell your investment properties where you would usually have the rest of that tax year to pay the bill, but that now will come down to just 30 days after the sale. With these changes coming into effect this year and with them being so unique to your individual circumstances, it is critical that you seek out the advice of a tax specialist. And to finish up on a good point, the Housing Minister has recently allocated £4 million to crack down on criminal landlords, and this has been made available to over 100 councils, including Nottingham. Grants will enable the councils to make the best use of their powers and to create great initiatives to clean up the private rental sector. So I hope you found this update useful, and if you'd like any more detail on anything that we've covered today, please do get in touch with us here at Liberty Gate. Don't forget to like, subscribe to our channel, and I look forward to seeing you on our next video.